Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and this is my lecture series on Pokemon biology. Joining me here today is, of course, my wonderful teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis. Please say hello to everybody, Mr. Curtis.
Thank you, Professor. I'm so
did you
happy.
stub your toe? Oh, sorry.
No. I'm just
Sure,
excited.
it sounded like you stubbed your toe.
I'm sorry. Here, let me sit down. I'm sorry. I'm just really excited.
Yeah. Actually, can you stand back up real quick?
Oh yeah, sure. Whenever you call my name, I just dance around. I have to stand up and just show my
do a little turn.
That's right.
Make a little love.
There you go.
That's
All right,
right.
and now sit back down, please.
Yes, sir. Yeah, right here. All right, I'm ready.
Yeah, man, I love the scraping of chairs against the floor. It's just one of my favorite things to listen
there's
to.
a lot of marks over there by that desk, Mr. Curtis. You should probably not scrape the chairs. You should probably just pick them up.
I mean, whatever gets me up quicker. When the professor calls, I must answer.
That's true. That's fair.
Yeah. And the other person that we have here in the classroom today is, of course, our trainer in training, Corbin. Please say hello to everybody, Corbin.
Afternoon, morning, good evening, whatever time you other fellow students of mine or peers, not students, I'm not the professor, sorry, fellow friends, peers, I guess you could say, of mine, whatever you're listening to this.
You want to say classmates?
Classmate, that's the word.
classmate.
Thanks.
That's the word.
What's up, fellow classmates? We're diving into a lesson today, and yeah.
All right,
it sucks being here alone, I'll be honest. I still don't like being the only kid in class. It's a little lonely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
but yeah.
Mr. Curtis is like a kid in spirit. If that,
It's not,
yeah.
it's like I've been reborn every time I walk into this class.
That's a little weird, but whatever.
That explains why he's always damp.
I see the world with new eyes.
All right, settle down.
All right. So let's get into the reason that we're here. Let's talk about some Pokemon. Does anybody know what Pokemon we're going to talk about today?
Oh.
So we just finished talking about the bat Pokemon. Last time we talked about Zubat and Golbat.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't this one like a plant or something?
It is a grass type Pokemon, exactly.
Abra.
It isn't technically a plant. It's still a Pokemon. Did you say Abra?
I did. Abra. Is it Abra?
No, it's not. It's not Abra. That's a psychic type Pokemon.
Okay.
Abracadabra.
Well, you see, if we haven't talked about Abra yet, we're definitely not talking about Kadabra, because that's the evolved form of Abra, so no.
What about Hitmonchan?
Okay, no, okay, guys, get back to the whole, grass type thing. It's a grass type.
Oh, sorry. Turtwig. It's got to be Turtwig, right?
Okay, you guys missed your chance. We're learning about Oddish.
Oh, okay.
Yes, which is, of course, the weed Pokemon.
Well, I know he's odd, but what's his real name?
I got it. It's Trico, right?
Yeah,
No.
if he's Trico's a pretty odd looking guy. He's a little oddish looking. Is it Trico?
Yeah.
No, the Pokemon's name is Oddish.
Oh, so you nicknamed it. So okay, so it's an
No.
So
it is Oddish. The name is Oddish. 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 All right, the weed Pokemon. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Are we all on the
Weed
same
Pokemon.
page?
I think so.
Okay.
So his name is Weed.
Okay. Sure, I guess so. We're talking about Weed, the Oddish Pokemon.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Makes sense now. I got it. It's all clicking.
No. Okay, we're talking about Oddish. Have you guys seen an Oddish before? I mean, you probably have, but you mistook it for
I've eaten a few salads in my day. I think I can have a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I mean, they are just kind of during the daytime, they are just kind of like leaves in the ground.
Look, I've had some salads with blueberries in them. I think I know what an Oddish looks like. I don't know if I need to see one today.
I
my
mean,
goodness.
yeah, that's why they call it ordering the Oddish when you get a blueberry salad at any kind of restaurant, because
just for the hell of it, can you bring it out real quick?
Yeah, actually, we do it. We kind of have a special guest today. So Jerry. Jerry, can you please come in here?
Well, hi.
Yeah.
Hi, Jerry. Is this an Oddish, right?
This is Jerry the Oddish. All right.
Okay.
Hi, Jerry.
So you guys all know Gary, right? Our the
our
Shroomish,
Shroomish.
that's the groundskeeper around here.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, Jerry the Oddish actually used to be the groundskeeper before Gary.
yeah.
but-
I thought he looked familiar.
Oh, okay. So we got fired.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't fired. He did such a great job. He was actually promoted to the groundskeeping manager, and so he oversees all that kind of stuff and all like.
So
the
Gary
maintenance
reports
projects.
to Jerry.
Yes, it
right?
is. It is a direct Gary to Jerry relationship in
Right.
groundskeeping.
Right.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, if you have any questions about the grounds around here or what it's like being an Oddish, like now's the perfect time to ask them.
I would do that, but they cannot respond. I don't think an Oddish can speak English. So.
Okay. Well, here. Let me ask it a question. Oddish, are you enjoying your new role? I'm sorry, Jerry. Jerry, his name is Jerry, guys. Come on, let's not call him. It's not like I call you human.
He didn't like that. He didn't.
I don't call Corbin human. I don't call Mr. Curtis 3 spinner racks in a trench coat. No, I call you by your names.
Right. Right. Of course. Thank you.
Jerry, how are you liking your new position as the groundskeeping manager?
Yeah.
But yeah, it is definitely a lot more, rewarding, right? Right? Oh, man, you're such a great employee, Jerry. I'm so glad that we hired you. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions for Jerry?
How much do you get paid?
Okay. Jerry has a lot of work he needs to get done, so he's
Jerry,
What's your income?
So he's gonna head out now.
How many square feet are in your house?
No, he does. See, he has oval-shaped feet, so that's a really weird question to ask him. All right, bye, Jerry.
bye, Jerry. Thanks,
All right,
Jerry.
close the door.
Bye.
Close the door, please. Thank you. Anyway, so that was Jerry the Oddish.
Yeah, definitely salad blueberry combo. I get it. He's whatever.
Wow. I'd like to see you say that to his face.
That's you know what? That's okay. I mean, he was okay. He's
a special boy to me.
I mean, we've look. We went from seeing a giant flying bat Pokemon that can suck blood, and frankly sucked my blood out of my neck. I still have bruising on my neck, actually. And now we just saw a little fuckity plant just kind of walking. I mean, it's just it's kind of a little bit of a downgrade from last week.
Emphasis on big, too. Like, I don't think we really hammered this point home very well, but Golbat, for those of you listening at home, Golbat's 5 feet tall.
He's a big boy.
Oh shit!
Big
I
boy-
did
big
not
boy.
realize
Crazy.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw him when he came out of the Pokeball, of course, but it just didn't really.
He has
sink in.
100. On average, a Golbat has 121 pounds, so they're not small. It's pretty scary. Comparatively, though, an Oddish is about 1 foot tall, and that's including all the leaves. So
yeah, cute little baby blueberry salad thing, but not exciting, but kind of cute.
I really need to pick his brain about the fertilizer he uses for the berries around here. I really need to step up my growing game. It's not been really on point.
Quick question, does Oddish also emit fumes?
I'm sorry, can you please raise your hand?
Yeah. Hey,
Can
what's
you
up?
please raise your
Hello.
hand?
Hey.
Well, since I'm not seeing any questions, I'll go ahead. No, I'm kidding. Corbin, go ahead, ask your question.
Haha, comedy gold, Professor.
Thank you.
Does Oddish emit fumes kind of like Shrimish that make me feel good?
I don't think so. It does release pollen. It doesn't really release fumes.
Oh yeah, pollen doesn't make me feel good. Gross.
Yeah, no. More like itchy and scratchy and sneezy. But and Curtis, I'm glad that you brought up for how fertilized the soil is, because you will find in the Pokedex entries that you can tell how fertilized your soil is by using an Oddish.
Ooh.
And speaking of the Pokedex entries, I thought I'd mix it up a little bit this week.
Yeah.
Instead of me reading all the Pokedex entries.
Professor, I'll do it. I'll do it for you.
Yeah, in fact, I think I'll go around the room.
Okay.
And I'll have the different students, whoever it is, randomly. I'll choose randomly.
Okay.
Who will read the Pokedex entries for a specific region. So does that sound good to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that sounds fun. Can I have your piece of paper to look at the entries? Can I?
No, we all brought Pokedexes. That's been established that you always bring a Pokedex to class.
Right,
so
right. Okay,
all you gotta do is look into that Pokedex.
That's
my
right.
bad. Okay.
All right.
Who's gonna go first? Who's gonna read the first?
I can go
entries?
first.
Good question.
I volunteer.
I'm gonna say Corbin. I'm gonna say
Cool.
Corbin. If you could please read the Kanto Pokedex
Sure.
entries.
Okay. Cool.
Well, that's fine.
All right, so
I'll read Johto. It's fine. I got it.
Okay, so
We'll
here
see.
we go. Here's what we know about Oddish.
Okay.
Sorry,
Great start.
my
Great
brain kind
start.
of malfunctioned. Sorry.
I know it's a lot of pressure. I know.
Sorry, I know it's a lot. I'm really nervous. I've never done this before. All right, so here's the Kanto entries for Oddish. During the day, Oddish, keeps its face buried in the ground. At night, it wanders around sowing its seeds.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Very interesting. Yeah, so, all right, so we know now that it's a nocturnal Pokemon, much like Golbat and Zubat.
What do you mean sowing its seeds? Like, is it just like planting seeds in the ground during the day, I guess?
No, at night. It sows seeds at night.
But is it what do the seeds grow? Does it grow more Oddish? Certainly not. Otherwise, there would be Oddish everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
A little bit unclear what they mean by sowing its seeds, but
I don't know either.
because we know that every single Pokemon, Oddish included, reproduces by making an egg.
Right.
So you get
Right.
Oddishes from eggs, not from seeds.
So it wanders around planting seeds, I guess, just to eat. I don't know. Does it make its own food? Or-
Well, it's hard. It's hard to say. Keep reading, and we'll learn a little bit
let's
more
dive in.
about. Yeah.
All right,
Exactly.
another entry from Kanto. And may be mistaken by a clump of weeds. If you try to yank it out of the ground, it shrieks horribly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
You do not.
Right in your face.
You did not want to wake Jerry up before he's had his morning cup of coffee. Like it is
Well, nighttime cup of
right.
coffee.
I mean, I have
right.
his evening cup of coffee. I have seen Jerry when he gets out of the wrong side of the garden patch, and he is not someone you want to deal with.
Yeah, a lot of screaming and shrieking. It's pretty terrible.
Yeah. So basically, it's like the equivalent of grabbing somebody's hair and just pulling them as hard as you can.
Well, yeah, I think we'll find out there's other reasons why an Oddish might shriek when it gets pulled out of the ground. But let's keep reading and see what else we see.
All right, last Kanto entry.
Hey, Corbin.
What?
You're doing a great job, by the way.
Corbin,
Thank you.
You did misread a little bit in that last one, but hey, that's fine. It happens.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you do that.
I never do that, but sometimes.
Burrows underground in the day. Oddish does. Oddish burrows underground in the day, exposing only its leaves. It is said to scream loudly if anyone tries to yank it out, which we already know.
Yes.
Cool.
Exactly.
All right. How about Johto?
All right, so
do
yeah, that
Johto.
does it for Kanto. Let's move on to the Johto region. All right, do I have any volunteers for Johto?
me. I got it. Corbin read the first one. I can read Johto.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, let's have Corbin. Let's have Corbin read Johto.
Oh,
Sure. I don't mind.
All
I
right,
don't mind reading again.
I'll get Hoenn then. I'll get the next one.
Okay. All right. Awakened by moonlight, it roams actively at night. In the day, it stays quietly underground. Already know that.
Okay.
If exposed to moonlight, it starts to move. It roams far and wide at night to scatter its seeds.
Okay.
Same thing as sowing its seeds. During the day, it stays in the cold underground to avoid the sun. It grows by bathing in moonlight. See, that's funny because you would think that it would prefer sunlight.
Yeah, you would think. I mean, it must have, because we know that the moon has special properties, right?
Yeah.
From Clefairy and Clefable and all the other Pokemon that evolve with Moonstone. So maybe, and because one of the ones that you said earlier says that when it's awakened by moonlight, if it's exposed to moonlight, it starts to move around, right? So there's something special about the moonlight that activates that activates an Oddish. And I think also, like, it's in that last one that you read, it says it stays in the cold underground to avoid the sun. So part of it is that it's activated by the moon, but also it's actually hurt by the sun.
Well, it's probably doing it to keep cool, because if it
That
stayed in the
tracks.
same spot all day, it would get kind of hot. You know what I mean? Because it's trying to grow its leaves.
I mean,
and
it
take
does.
in-
It does stay in the same spot all day.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It stays underground to keep its... Because if it stays in the same spot, completely exposed, it's going to get hot from the sun. So it's going to stay underground to keep itself cool a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes
Well,
sense.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then that's what that Pokedex entry says.
And last one,
well-
kind of the same thing. What?
It's the exact same thing as the first.
I mean, it's pretty much the same thing.
Not the exact same
Moves
thing,
around when it
actually.
wakens up in moonlight. Okay, cool. So we learned a little bit of new information there.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. Johto and Kanto kind of kept it very similar.
Yeah.
In that regards. So I think it's time to move on to the Hoenn region. I think there's a lot of really interesting information here
Yeah.
from Hoenn.
Okay.
All right. So I think I'm gonna switch it up this time,
Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
and we're gonna have Corbin. We're gonna have Corbin read these.
Okay.
Professor, are you certain about that?
Oh, what's the problem? What's the problem, Mr. Curtis?
Nothing, of course.
Are you questioning?
No.
Are you questioning
no, Professor?
how
Of course, I would never. I would never think.
Curtis,
that.
I think you should chill out and let the professor do his thing. All right?
I
And
apologize.
Corbett, Curtis, you've had a chance to read a lot of these entries, and so I think it's time to give Corbin a chance to read some.
I'd agree.
That's true.
I'd agree.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so Hoenn region, here we go. During the daytime, Oddish buries itself in soil to absorb nutrients from the ground using its entire body. Okay, that makes more sense. The more fertile the soil, the glossier its leaves become.
okay.
There we go.
What?
All right.
All
So if you want a glossy Oddish, you got to put it in some fertile soil.
Okay, so it basically, in order to make a shiny Oddish, which we've never talked about shiny type Pokemon here.
Oh, there's no such thing as a shiny type. I don't know. I mean,
Well,
there's
isn't that a
psychic
shiny type?
There's a
If you
psychic
take-
type, and there's a
if you
fire
take-
type.
Ghost type.
I don't know how you get a shiny type
insect
Pokemon,
type,
but I think
of
if you
course,
take
the best type.
I mean, bug type is what it's called. It's not
not
called
insect
insect
type.
type.
I mean,
Curtis.
those of us who are insect type purists, we prefer insect over bug. Thank you very much.
Well, and then you would know that a Spinarak isn't an insect; it is a bug. Though.
Look, all I'm saying is one of my cousins have told me that shiny Pokemon are a thing that look different. Different
that is
coloration.
true. A variant in the coloring of a Pokemon that is a thing. It rarely happens, but it is true. But this isn't what we're talking about here. When we say
okay.
it specifically says glossy, not necessarily shiny.
Glossy. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so Oddish searches for fertile, nutrient-rich soil, then plants itself. During the daytime, while it is planted, this Pokemon's feet are thought to change shape and become similar to the roots of trees.
So, if we think back, I think this might be a reason why it shrieks horribly if you rip it out of the ground. You might be harming its feet when you pull it out of the ground.
Yeah, it's changing the shape so that it can absorb nutrients better.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
That
and
makes
so
sense.
these Pokedex entries kind of go back and forth on whether or not those things that Oddish moves around on, whether or not those are its feet or if those are roots. They're kind of like root feet kind of things.
Right.
Yeah.
Root feet. Yes.
Feet,
All right,
feet
so
roots.
here we go. This Pokemon grows by absorbing moonlight. We know this. During the daytime, it buries itself in the ground, which we know, leaving only its leaves exposed. But this time it says to avoid detection by its enemies.
Okay.
So we have another reason why it chills its whole body in the ground.
Yeah, because when it's underground, when it's chilling underground like that, it just looks like a couple of leaves. That's all it looks like.
Yeah,
That's
just a
It
couple
does
of
look like
leaves. Cool.
Looks like just like another plant.
Yep.
And we got one more here from the Hoenn region, and it says its scientific name is Odium wanderus.
Ooh.
At night,
write that
it is
down,
said-
everybody. Write that down. That's important to know.
Odium.
I've
wanderus.
tattooed it on my eyelids. I know.
Oh my!
You can't
wow.
do that quickly, Mr. Curtis.
He already had it done. Again, you forget that Mr. Curtis has been through this class multiple times.
Right.
That's true.
is-
I never noticed that, Mr. Curtis. You have Odium wanderus tattooed on your eyelids. Nice. I always wonder what that said.
Yep.
It's in cursive, so it's
That's
kind
on
of
the
hard to tell.
back of his eyelids, so he
That's
can
right.
see it when he closes his eyes.
Gotcha,
Right.
gotcha,
When I go to
gotcha.
sleep at night.
Yeah. Okay, so at night it is said to nearly walk 1,000 feet on its two roots. So now, it's confirming the feet are roots.
Yeah, and also 1,000 feet isn't really that far.
It's not. That's not even 2 miles.
It's
so.
1/5 of a mile.
Right.
Wait.
No, you're right.
Half.
You're right. A mile's 5,280
Okay,
feet. You're right.
okay,
That's
cool, I
nothing.
was right.
1,000 feet. It's nothing. It's not getting its steps in at all. All right, that's it for Hoenn.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. So time to move on to the Sinnoh region.
Professor-
Sinnoh region's very, very short. So I'm sorry I'm giving you a short one. But if
That's
you could
okay,
read this one
Professor.
for me,
That's okay.
Yeah, Corbin, if you could go ahead and read this.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure. It often plants its root feet in the ground during the day and sows seeds as it walks about at night.
I like how
And-
it splits the difference in that when instead of saying roots or feet, it says root feet.
root feet.
It's like beer cheese.
Couldn't come to an agreement, so they just threw them both in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and all the other entries pretty much say the same thing that we've already established.
Yeah. And I think the Unova region is the same as it fucking always is. The
Yeah,
exact
I mean
same.
that's Unova region's nothing different. Some of the Kalos is the same thing.
Yep, and so is Alola. Hey, you know what, Mr. Curtis, can you read the Galar region ones?
Oh, me? I get to
Yeah,
read the
just
guy.
go ahead. Yeah.
Thank
Actually,
you.
wait, no.
If
Those are
it's supposed.
No, oh wait, hold on. Those are the exact same as from the Johto region. So don't worry about reading that.
Yeah, okay, Professor.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Wow. That was shorter, very repetitive.
Well, that does it for the regional entries. We still have the unique Pokedex entries, and I have a little article here about Oddish too that we should read. So
Okay, sure.
Corbin, could you read the unique Pokedex entry for me, please?
Can I read the unique Pokedex entry? Yeah, you bet I can.
All right, cool.
Unique Pokedex entry, and this comes from Ash's Pokedex. Ash, he gets around, man. All right, Oddish. This Pokemon is typically found roaming the forest, scattering pollen as it walks around. So now we hear that it supposedly plants or sows seeds, and now pollen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it pollen or is it seeds? I mean,
Is pollen a seed? I don't know.
or why either? Like, what is it doing with those seeds? Is it like, what is it doing with the seeds? Is it just regular like other plants that it's making?
Hey, it's just look.
Are all Oddishes garden tenders? Are they spreading random seeds around, or is it like little baby Oddish seeds that they're spreading around?
It can't be baby Oddish seeds because Oddishes come from eggs. All Pokemon do.
How many seeds does every Oddish have?
I don't know. You
It
have to
doesn't
ask
say.
one.
How many
Should ask
seeds
Jerry.
in each Oddish?
Oh, do we have an article today, Professor?
Yeah, we do actually. So here,
Oh, yeah.
since you asked for it, Corbin, if you want to read that, for
Sure.
me. Here.
Yeah, I can read that too. Let's check and see if this is factual based on what we've learned about Oddish from the Pokedex entries.
Yeah,
All right.
great intro. Thank you.
That's it. Hey, you know what? I thought of that myself.
I'm gonna go ahead and put my thinking cap on so I can really think about this.
This is a test for you too, Professor. We're all trying to figure this out if this is real or not. All right. So Oddish is a Pokemon that resembles a blue plant bulb.
False.
True.
False.
Okay.
False.
Not true.
No.
It's not a Pokemon.
All right. It has a round body,
It's not a
beady red eyes.
Whoa.
What?
I'm sorry.
It's a figment. It's a figment of my imagination.
It's not
It
a
doesn't exist in
Pokemon,
the real-
Professor?
Nope. Nobody. Nothing's real.
Oh.
Everything's in my brain.
All right. Now I'm getting confused. Is
I'm
it
in a
Pokemon or not?
simulation. Yes, it's a Pokemon. Jeez, nobody can take a joke around here. You know what? That's what we need to. You know what? Next lesson is on taking jokes and
Now
learn how to
I
make
have
jokes.
to scratch all this out. Oh, man.
I think you should be the only one that attends that class because you're the one that makes the terrible jokes here. Just saying.
I think Professor's jokes are hilarious.
Go on. Continuing on about Oddish, it says it has a round body, beady red eyes, a small mouth, and ovoid feet. Like
All
is that
of those
oval?
sound like insults. All of those sound like he's got a round body with beady red eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, small little mouth,
Stupid little baby mouth. This thing.
and ovoid feet.
Ovoid. I think it's just ovoid. I don't think it's
Ovoid.
ovoid.
Oh, that's a void. Ovoid.
It's not avoid. It's
Avoid.
ovoid as an
It's
oval.
so its feet are so ugly you want to avoid it.
Yeah.
All right. New sentence. 5 large green leaves sprout from its head. Okay, I guess that makes sense. These leaves are prehensile and can be used to scale vertical surfaces
what?
and catch light objects.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not.
Prehensile
don't-
leaves. What the heck?
I don't know that that's never mentioned in the Pokedex. So I don't
Yeah,
know if
not
that's
once.
accurate.
I don't believe it.
Known by the scientific name Odium wanderus, Oddish. Oddish lives in grasslands.
Oh wait! Is it Odium Wanderous or is it Odium Wanderous? It's probably Odium Wanderous.
I think it's Odium wanderus.
Oh, did ye?
Yeah. All right.
OD.
Continues here in a new paragraph. A nocturnal Pokemon, Oddish buries its sensitive body in the ground during the day.
Stupid sensitive body.
Please, Professor, I'm trying to read.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm just so eager to learn.
It buries its sensitive body in the ground during the day to avoid the sun and fool predators. If its leaves are pulled in this state, it will respond by shrieking horribly. It starts to move when its leaves begin absorbing moonlight, which it uses to grow. Oddish will wander up to 1,000 feet, or 300 meters, during the night to scatter its seeds and find a nutrient-rich patch of soil in which to plant itself. The more fertile the earth, the glossier its leaves will be. It is thought that its feet become like tree roots while planted. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Most of that's right. I'm a little weird about the whole it using its leaves to climb stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know.
It
Style?
almost sounds like it's almost it almost sounds like like they were writing that that article and then they just did a line of coke. And then they wrote that next line where it's their leaves are prehensile and they can scale vertical surfaces with them. And then kind of took like a hour-long breather.
Why
and
would
then
someone
came
do a
back
line
around.
of Coca-Cola? How does that make sense?
That's right.
Oh, sorry, I forgot you're 10. You don't know recreational drug use yet. That's
no,
okay.
No, I don't.
We'll get there. Although you kind of do, because
Maybe another class.
you kind of like, do that a lot with Gary the Shroomish.
I do sniff Gary the Shroomish, but I didn't know that was a bad thing to
Just
do.
think
so
of
I'm
it.
sorry.
Think of it as doing a line of Gary.
Of Gary's? That sounds fun.
Doing a line
a
of
Gary
Gary.
line, if you will.
I want to do a Gary line.
That's right.
I want to sniff a line of.
Listen, if you
Shroomishes.
do too much Gary in one sitting, you'll find Jerry pulling you out of the garden that night.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
I
accurate.
I hear Jerry has reprimanded Gary a bunch of times for having people pass out on his land.
That's right.
Yeah, that happened to my cousin Terry once, and that's not fun.
You don't have a cousin Terry.
You're right. I'm sorry. His name is Perry. All right.
God.
That's all the data that we have, I think.
I'll
for
be the one who decides whether or not that's all the data that we have. Okay, I mean it is all the data that we have.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Oh, Professor,
I
I wanted to read more this time, Professor.
You know what? Maybe you're right. I think looking back now, I might have leaned a little bit heavily on Corbin
Just a bit.
for this one. Maybe next time I'll try to shake it up and I'll do like a purely random method, and then
Okay.
we can.
That's a good idea.
Sure.
That's a good idea.
Listen, Professor, whatever you want to do, just know that I will be doing extensive vocal training over the course of the next week so that I can be ready for class next time. I will be the best reader, the best reader you've ever had.
Ruh-roh, am I right?
So, are you going to practice your vocal warm-ups by shrieking loudly like an Oddish?
I might get some input from Jerry, but I've got my own clitter clatter way of practicing. So
Clitter clatter. Okay.
that's right.
All right, let's
Clitter
not.
clatter.
That's the sound that Spinneracks make when they're happy. That's what we
okay.
call it.
What sound do they make when they're mad?
It's kind of like a noise.
I didn't hear any of that. Can you do it again? But like
do a little bit louder.
closer to the recording device.
It's like
Okay, wait, shit.
That sounds like my TV.
So
nice.
loud.
All right. So I guess
let's-
that's the end of class, right?
Let's go,
I read all the entries.
No, it is not. So let's go ahead and put away our Pokedexes. Get on our laptops, our Rotom laptops, our calculators, our pencils and paper, everything we need, because it is time for a pop quiz. Are we all ready? No, I don't want to hear it all. All right, everybody knows this is Professor Jacob's favorite time.
Yes.
This is listen, if it's your favorite time, it's my favorite time too, Professor.
All right, and so it must be Corbin's favorite time as well.
No, my favorite's bath time.
We don't do bath time here in class.
You don't.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
I do
Wait,
it after
what?
class.
You
I take a
don't.
bath every day after class when I get home because being
good,
around
good.
Curtis makes me feel dirty.
As long as we're not taking a bath in the classroom.
And I
I'm
have
fine.
to
No, not yet.
I have to bathe the classroom every day after class.
Oh God.
I hose it down in you.
All right, so let's focus up. Question number 1. All right, so this is one of those blanks, like fill in the blanks, but it's like fill in the blank twice. Remember we did that with War Turtle and it confused everybody, and so I haven't done it again since. But gosh darn it, I did it again. So
2 blanks, huh?
So there's 3 blanks
Uh-oh.
to make a full sentence, but you have to like fill them in twice. All right.
Oh my! So 6 answers?
So there's 6 individual answers. Yes. All right.
Oh my
Jesus
goodness!
Christ. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Question number 1. Oddish's blank will absorb blank during the blank. All right. There's 2 ways to fill this out.
Will absorb
Blank
blank during
during
the
blank.
blank.
Okay. So
Okay,
that's 3
okay.
answers right there.
Well, there's 3 blanks, and
Okay.
2 full answers to make with those blanks.
Okay, so what's the next part of the question?
No, there isn't a next part. It's just that one sentence. But you see, that sentence is so cleverly crafted and versatile that it can actually, depending on what words you put into the blanks, can make two different sentences that are true about Oddish. Let me just go ahead and look over Corbin's answer while waiting for.
Don't laugh. I always know what's wrong when you laugh, so I'll change it.
Corbin, you've only answered it once. I need both.
Wait. So say that again.
I don't understand why this is so confusing.
Say
to
the
everybody.
sentence again. The words can be replaced several times. All right. Say it again.
Oddish's blank will absorb blank during the blank.
I got it. I changed my answer.
Are you sticking with that answer, Corbin?
I'm
sorry. I know you told me not to laugh, but
no. Hey, after he submits,
you're right.
it.
You can't change it. You can't change it.
If Curtis has not submitted his, then
no, that's not how it works.
Not how
that
it
is
works.
the rule. We've said it 1,000 times.
No, it's not. No,
it is. You said it before.
I said if you edit the answer, it's an automatic fail.
No.
That's the rule.
You literally have said you can change the answer as long as the other person has not submitted yet. We've said that many, many lessons ago.
Well, then I must have been high on Gary fumes, because I guarantee you I, being of sound body and sound mind, would not say that.
Let's just submit it.
Okay.
You know what?
It's
we'll
gone.
take a hit.
It's submitted.
It's all right.
Okay. All right. So Corbin responded with, Oddish's body will absorb nutrients from the soil during the day. But then he also said Oddish's leaves will absorb sunlight during the day.
Oh.
That's correct.
It's interesting that you went with day twice, Corbin, and not, nighttime. But it's interesting. We'll see if Mr. Curtis's answer is any different. Mr. Curtis says, Oddish's entire body will absorb nutrients from the ground during the daytime. Oddish's leaves will absorb moonlight during the night.
I thought it also. It does literally absorb sunlight too.
No, it does.
stays in the ground all day.
No. It never said that it absorbs sunlight. In fact, it says it avoids sunlight. All right,
but it's still absorbing it. It's still kind of absorbing it if it's out. You know what I mean?
It's not though. It's the sunlight harms
right.
it.
Yeah,
it's and it's you guys both said entire body. It says its roots, all right? Its feet absorb.
No, it says its whole body.
I'm pretty sure Corbin said his entire body.
Its entire body is under. It's only the leaves that are exposed. Because if it had its entire body exposed, then predators would see it.
Well, yes, it does plant its entire body, but it absorbs nutrients from its feet.
Okay, whatever. It also said
No. You know what? I'm reading from the Hoenn, and it says Oddish buries itself to absorb nutrients from the ground using its entire body. All right,
There you go.
I'll accept
See?
entire body. All right.
All right.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Corbin, you still get half points on this, though.
That's fair. Okay, fine, whatever. I still think it kind of absorbs sunlight. Hey, sunlight comes from the moon. Moonlight comes from the sun. So I'm still kind of right.
It's true that moonlight is reflected sunlight, but it's very different.
And it's day somewhere else. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. You know what I mean? So it's daylight somewhere else.
No, it's not.
So that Oddish.
No,
Okay,
no. You only get half points for that.
It's always 5 o'clock in this class
I'll take it on the butt. That's fine.
because it's my party hour.
I never want to go to a Mr. Curtis party. I'm sorry.
Me neither.
Hey, don't worry, you're already there.
Question number 2. How might one use an Oddish to determine how fertile their soil is? This one's a little bit easier. It's not as confusing as apparently the first one is. Both of the answers are in, so the question being, how can you use an Oddish to determine if your soil is fertile? I said Quartus, mixing both of your names together. Jeez, my goodness. I'm losing it. Anyways, Corbin responded with, by looking at how glossy the Oddish leaves are. And Mr. Curtis responded with, the glossier the Oddish, the more fertile the soil. Because when an Oddish buries itself, it absorbs nutrients and gets really glossy.
Yes.
So I could be like a dick here, and I could say, it's specifically the leaves, Mr. Curtis, that get glossy, not
Curtis.
the body.
I say give him half.
No, I'm gonna give him full points because that's
right.
really nitpicky, and
Professor,
you know what? No, it's just not a good look to have.
Professor, I placed myself in your arms.
Oh, geez, I'm not that strong.
Oh,
geez,
okay,
sorry.
all right.
Oh, God.
I mean,
That's uncomfortable.
That's right.
Please don't just embrace the professor without asking.
Stop
That's not
cuddling
okay.
up into my arms. I can't carry your weight.
Yeah. Okay, Professor, I won't do that.
All right. Question number 3. Good job, guys, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Question number 3. In addition to absorbing moonlight, what else does Oddish do as it is wandering around at night? Okay. Both of the answers are in from Corbin and Mr. Curtis. Let's go ahead and give them a quick read. Corbin responded by saying that in addition to absorbing moonlight at night, he says that Oddish also sows seeds at night. And Mr. Curtis says Oddish likes to spread its seeds far and wide as it explores the nighttime world it wonders.
Wonders, huh?
You said
Cool.
Oh, you meant wanders.
Wanders, yeah.
W
It wonders, huh?
A N D E R.
What is all this?
The world it wonders.
He wonders about wandering, huh? It'd be nice to walk more than 1,000
I'm
feet
sure
at night.
it wonders. I'm sure it wonders the nighttime world too. But I did. You're correct, Professor. I did mean wanders.
It's like the Oddish is like, why am I spreading the seed? What does the seed do? Why am I spreading the seed around?
I don't know, but I'm gonna
What
do
is
it.
my
I'm gonna do
purpose?
it. You spread seed.
But my purpose is to be here for you, Professor.
All right, that's enough.
That's disappointing. So it does scatter its seeds. You guys are both correct. I would have also accepted that it scatters its pollen, which I think is a more accurate answer than seeds. But
Yeah.
the Pokédexes tend to say seeds. Well, only one said pollen, but whatever. I didn't write them. All right. Question number 4. What happens if you pull an Oddish out of the ground during the day? And bonus, why does it react this way? This is a bonus because it doesn't specifically say in the Pokédex entries why it screams, but I think we can make some assumptions that there's some potential answers here that you could give me. So if you want bonus points, Corbin, you might wanna.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I was making sure that you're going for it. Because you're going to lose anything if you get it wrong.
Lose my dignity.
I'll just lose my respect for you, which, let's be honest, you haven't had that for a while.
And your deposit in class.
That's true.
All right, both of the answers have been submitted, so I'm going to go ahead and read them. Hopefully my students decide to, take the chance and answer the bonus question. Corbin responded with, it shrieks wildly because its feet change shape to be similar to that of tree roots that absorb nutrients from the soil. All right, and let's see what Mr. Curtis said. Curtis responded with, let me tell you, Oddishes do not like being pulled from the ground during the day. If you pull them from the ground during the day, they scream bloody murder. They do this because they are hiding from the sun. Presumably because they thing membrane like skin is sensitive to the harsh rays of the sun.
What the fuck?
That was supposed to be presumably because they're thin they're thin membrane like skin.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
It's sensitive
Okay,
to
that is
harsh-
taking some liberties there.
That's taking some.
Hey, that
Mr.
was pretty.
Curtis.
That's pretty close. I said
But
because they thing membrane, it's their thin membrane. But okay,
You've completely messed up two very common, easily spelled words.
Yes.
But no, you're probably right. I would say that because they're hiding from the sun. So you're both right. They will scream very loudly or shriek or yell or whatever. And Corbin's answer, because it might hurt their feet, which have kind of transformed to better absorb the soil. And Curtis's answer, because they are hiding from the sun, I would say are acceptable answers. I also would have accepted.
Hey, we didn't mention that the whole hiding from the sun thing would be a reason. You said it's the feet thing, so that's what I went with.
Listen, there isn't a specific answer here from the Pokedex, all right? I just hypothesized that it's because their feet, all right?
That's fair.
Also, I also would have accepted that they're trying to scare predators, because we know that they are trying to hide underground, right? So if it gets pulled up, it might think it's a predator, and it might scream to kind of drive it off.
Good point. I didn't think of that. That's good.
So I would have accepted that. Again, no, this is in the Pokedex entries, so it's all just hypothesis and hearsay at this point. But yes, excellent job, both of you, and you do get the bonus points for that. So great job. And actually, you know what? Can I just say, excellent job this lesson. I think you both did very well. Corbin, you did a great job bringing the entries. Mr.
Thank
Curtis,
you.
you know, you could have helped out a little bit more.
Very good, Corbin.
With that.
Yeah, not your best, Curtis.
I didn't want to say anything, but you really didn't read any of them, Mr. Curtis.
Yeah, kind of a shame.
I'm sorry. Next time, I promise you, I will make sure that I am so ready to read. Just you wait.
Well, speaking of next time, does anybody know what Pokemon we're going to talk about next time?
Ooh, Gollum?
I feel like you say Gollum every single... It's not Gollum.
I've never said Gollum before.
I swear you said Gollum.
It's definitely Cherub.
You're on the right track. That's another grass type Pokemon.
Bellsprout?
No, again, you guys are intentionally. It seems like you're intentionally saying the wrong grass type evolutions, just to annoy me. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. We're learning about Gloom next time, which is the evolved form of Oddish. So yeah, we can look forward to that. But if you students at home have any questions for me, you can ask me by sending me a Gengar mail or Gmail, if you're shortening it down, at wwopokemon@gmail.com. You can also find me on the Flying Pokemon themed social network site Twitter, at wwopokemon there as well. If you think that, if you think that Corbin did a very good job of reading the Pokedex entries this time, go ahead and go on to Flapple Podcast, used to be Sable iTunes, and give it a 5-star rating and say, this is specifically for Corbin's Pokedex readings. He did a great job.
I'm doing it right now. You did great today, Corbin.
Thanks, buddy. The principal said that if we get to 10 ratings, we're only at 8. If we get to 10, we get cookies for the whole class. So please,
yes, I will make sure to send out cookies.
Yes, please.
To everybody who gave us a 5-star rating.
Let's do it.
I can't do that. There's no address. All right, and that does it for today's lesson. So until next time, class is dismissed.
Welcome to the World of Pokemon is a part of the Pokecasters Network.